Secondly, some of the economic problems that we have seen in the West from 2007 until now seem to be arriving in some of our countries now, in terms of balance of payments difficulties, decline in exchange rates, very heavy government borrowing, and signs that would indicate that unless properly managed, we may be heading for a mini economic meltdown. All this happening at the same time as political fragmentation is underway. So these are some of the challenges. The irony is that while this is happening at the top, a huge range of very positive developments are taking place, particularly in the private sector below the surface, despite government, instead of in partnership with government, which gives us cause for hope. My last point, after looking at the work of the ECA and really, I would like to commend you to continue with the kind of research. I've noticed you move to more qualitative approaches as well, which I think works better in our very heterogeneous contexts, which are full of nuances. There are questions being asked that one can ask about the relevance, coherence, and viability of many of our states. Are they coherent? Are they viable? I don't want to mention any country, but I, for one, I'm of the opinion that we have too many countries in Africa, too many borders. And that's a mistake. One of the greatest things that happened when the African Union came into being is that the principle of, especially after independence in South Africa, the principle of non-interference in the affairs of your neighbor ended. With African Union troops in Somalia, that really reiterates that. With the independence of Southern Sudan, one can argue that the borders, which have been inviolable, can now be violated. But I would like to think it should not take a 21-year war to change a border. But I think for many of our regions, I think the move should be towards faster, deeper political, economic, and social integration. Will be the only way out for some of the global challenges that Africa is facing. We have too many little landlocked countries who have reached the glass ceiling of what they can achieve politically and economically. So I think integration is the way of the future. I pray for the day that we get rid of many of these colonial borders. The other big issue that we have to ask ourselves as Africans is what we do with our security services. We don't usually like questioning that. It's rare. I think Ethiopia and Eritrea had a war, but generally African armies kill Africans, their own citizens. They don't really do much more. Now they also do peacekeeping in other parts of the world and in Africa as well. But perhaps we should be thinking of consolidation, in some cases abolition of armies in little countries that don't need them and no one is about to invade them for any reason. Because sitting there in the heart of the infrastructure of governance in a country, they can be quite destabilizing. And when you look, you say 50 years, you've not fired a bullet. No one is going to invade you. So we should be prepared to think outside the box here and say, okay, we can abolish this one and in an integrated pattern serve each other as Africans, to provide what we should be providing, which is security for Africans. I'll stop there. I promise not to embarrass the minister, and if I speak more, I think I will. Thank you very much.
He raised a very pertinent question. What has been the cost of elections to nation building and nationhood in Africa? I'm sure as we move along, we'll interrogate this issue. Is our elections building nations? Are they really building nations? Or are they subverting nations? Can liberal democracy be a model for promoting social cohesion in Africa? Or do we need to look at alternative models of democratic governance beyond liberal democracy? That's another very critical issue that he raised. And finally, he raised the issue about the relevance, coherence, and viability of our present state system in Africa. This is also another critical issue. And he ended on the note that regional integration is the way forward. We need to break down the borders. We need to ensure that the microstates that we have now constitute macro poles for us on the African continent. So join me once again in thanking him very much for an excellent keynote presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.